scream. 25 years later, Billy Loomis and Stu Mack are afraid the town of Woodsboro. High schooler Tara Carpenter is home alone and texting her friend, Amber Freeman. The landline rings and Tara answers only to be accosted by a sadistic caller, who forces her to answer horror trivia by threatening Amber's life. When she gets a question wrong, Ghostface breaks into the house and attacks Tara, breaking her leg and stabbing her multiple times. Tara resists the attack but is badly harmed. Tara's friend and buddy Wes Hicks informs her older sister Sam Carpenter about the attack. Sam allows to Woodsboro with her boyfriend Richie to visit Tara at the hospital, offering to stay until she get back. And meanwhile, Wes' mother, Sheriff Judy Hicks, gathers the rest of their friend group, Amber, twin siblings Chad and Mindy Meeks Martin, and Liv McKenzie, for questioning. Richie, who is unaware of the Stab franchise or its connection to Woodsboro, contribute the majority of the hospital visit, with Sam catching up on the franchise on YouTube to inform himself of the rules the killer may follow, while another video reveals Kirby Reed handled the events 11 years earlier. After an encounter with Ghostface in the hospital cafeteria, Sam, who struggles with illusion of Billy Loomis, discloses to Tara that he is her biological father, the reason why she left town and became estranged from her. Meanwhile, Liv summer fling Vince Schneider is agitated and murdered by Ghostface outside of a bar. Sam and Richie visit a reclusive Dewey Riley, who has been in a bad place ever since his divorce from Gail Weathers. Now, the two ask for his help in stopping the killer, but he declines and kicks them out. However, Dewey contacts Sidney Prescott and Gail, changing his mind and joining the teens at Mindy and Chad's home. As they attempt to uncover the connection between the killer and Sam, Vince is revealed to be Stu's nephew. With the three attacks being on people related in some capacity to the original killers, Sam is accused of being the killer and angrily flees. Meanwhile, Ghostface murders Judy and her son, and as Sam and Dewey arrive on the scene, the latter reuniting with Gail in the process. Sam and Dewey rush to the hospital when they realize that Tara is in danger. At the hospital, Tara and Richie are attacked by Ghostface, who is apparently killed by an arriving Dewey. Sam, Tara, and Richie escape, but Dewey stays in an attempt to ensure Ghostface is dead, and is himself killed. Sidney returns to Woodsboro upon learning of Dewey's death and reunites with Gail at the hospital. Sidney asks Sam to help take down the killer, but she declines, choosing to leave Woodsboro with Richie and Tara instead. Sidney, having placed a tracker on Richie's car, follows the trio with Gail to Amber's, revealed to be Stu's old house. As the party is in progress to honor Wes' memory, Liv attempts to have sex with Chad, but he declines and accuses her of being the killer, but later makes his way outside to apologize, where he is seemingly killed by Ghostface. Mindy is also attacked, but Sam intervenes and manages to fend off Ghostface. As the group accuse each other of being Ghostface, Amber shoots and kills Liv, revealing herself as the killer. The rest of the group scatter. When Gail and Sidney arrive, Amber feigns injury but Sidney nor Gail by her act, but Amber shoots Gail before running back inside. Sidney runs after her and research for Amber, who has now called her disguised as Ghostface, but Sidney has had enough and hangs up saying she's bored. As Sidney continues to search the house, she unintentionally injures Richie, who is hiding. Suddenly Ghostface attacks Richie before throwing himself and Sidney over the railing and onto the ground floor. Sam is surprised to see Richie alive, but he reveals himself as Tara's attacker and Amber's associate, stabbing her. Amber and Richie take Sam, Sidney, and Gail into the kitchen, acknowledgement they are obsessively dedicated fans of the Stab series, disappointed in its trajectory and wishing to revive the franchise with a new killing spree to act as source material, and defend fans from the toxic fandom label they feel they have unjustly received. Amber goes to retrieve the collected Tara but is attacked by her, having been untied by Sam. This distracts Richie long enough for Sidney and Sam to briefly overpower him. Sidney and Gail fight Amber while Sam fights Richie. Gail shoots Amber, who lands on the stove and is lit aflame before she is shot dead by Tara. Richie taunts a seemingly helpless Sam, but she retrieves Amber's knife and stabs Richie multiple times in the chest and neck before unloading his gun into him. Tara and the Meeks twins, who actually survived, are taken to the hospital as Sam thanks Sydney and Gail for their help. Gail, adverse to report about the new murders to not give the killers notoriety, plans instead to write a heartbreaking tribute about Dewey. Several media crews descend on the house and start broadcasting about the murders. At the end of the film, an accolade to Wes Craven is shown with the words, "For Wes," as the credits establish to roll.